Hello you guys, we are back for another sketchbook tour. So this one, as you can see, is actually quite small. It's the size of my hand. This was actually a mistake. I didn't mean to buy this one, but I actually meant to buy the larger Moleskine sketchbook, which is this size. So as you can see, when I was buying it, I didn't realize. But anyway, so since I had it, I thought to myself, I've got to use it, I've got to finish it. And so I went for it, and it was surprisingly fun to work in this one. So as you can see here from the dates, started this 2018 and ended this year now in 2019. So a lot of my 52-week illustration ideas were born in the sketchbook, so I thought I'd give you guys a tour. So let's just dive right in. So obviously first page. So here right away, I was testing Posca pens for the first time. I had gotten the big set of the big bullet nibs, but it had such weird colors that I couldn't make anything work, and I hated them, and they were creating textures on here that I thought were so ugly. So at that point I abandoned Posca pens, and I didn't even put the date here that I was working on this. So, but I'm pretty sure this was June or July when I got this guy. I have to check, but anyway. So here I decided I have to take this little book seriously and actually do something. So this was now in August of 2018, and this was week 34, sheep, for the 52-week illustration challenge. So this is one of the ideas I thought of doing, was like a barber sheep, but I didn't end up going with this one. And then here were some more doodles in pencil about that. So sheep, and then a penguin in sheep's clothing, and then there, as if he's wearing a little onesie sheep outfit. Here I tried Posca pens again, but still with the same set. Still hated it, and then I kind of abandoned it there again for a while. Some more sheep ideas. This one I really liked. This eventually stuck with me, this idea of this little sheep here bounding along happily. So then some ideas started to happen. Turn this guy around like this. So this is one of my penguins. This is Steve. No, this is Pete, sorry. This is Pete, my penguin. And then he's dreaming of sheep jumping over a fence. I thought that's a cute idea, but I wasn't very happy with Pete as the drawing. So then I decided to go with my other penguin, which is Elvis. And so here are different positions of him lying in bed. And then eventually this teeny tiny small guy here just appealed to me the most. The angle that he's sleeping in, and then the sheep overhead, so he's dreaming of sheep. So then I expanded on that on this page. And this is eventually the one I ended up running with. And I really like how it came out. I did it in ink washes. So if you guys want to see the final result of how this guy came out, then you guys can go check out my playlist for the 52-week illustration challenge. But that was basically the concept here, is just mapping it out. And I really liked how it came out. So now this page, I'm here trying to design a bunny creature. Lots of different inspirations going into this one. There's an artist called Heather Sketcheroo. She also makes really cute bunnies. So you can see some of that inspiration in my own. And then here I'm trying to design the body shape, the head shape, the eyes, what I'm going to go with. And then eventually, this is the guy that I like the most. And this eventually became Periwinkle, my Bun Bun pin, which you guys would have seen. So here are some more prompts from the 52-week illustration challenge. So that's week 35, Mistake. And I like the sketch in here a lot more than I like the end result of the actual painting, which I did with my Winsor Newton paint palette. It just didn't turn out how I hoped. So this one I actually made a birthday card for my dad, and I really liked how that birthday card came out for him, and I still like this little sketch here. I like drawing with red pencil in here. And then this was week 36 frame for the 52-week illustration challenge, and I liked the sketch a lot, and I liked how the end result came out in Pro Markers. And then here was just a little doodle for an idea for Inktober, which I didn't end up participating in last year, so. And then here are some more bun buns. This one was an idea. What is this goop? Yeah. So this idea was intended to be a pin, but I decided not to run with that design. And then these two ended up being for week 37 of the 52-week illustration challenge for contrast. It came out okay, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. I liked the sketch more than I liked the finished product. Here I was retesting Posca pens, and at this point I didn't hate them as much, but I was still missing things like black. This was just done with like something like a micron pen, but it wasn't a micron pen. And I decided I needed to then expand my pack of Posca pens and try a different experiment later, which I did in here. But yeah, so this is how this came out. Then here we have week 38 Gypsy. I really like this idea. I liked how the Gypsy came out, the witch not so much. If you guys saw the final prompt, you would see that I switched it to Little Girl, and I really did like the way that that piece came out. So this was a fun concept that just popped into my head. Here I'm still trying to figure out what my bun buns are going to look like, how they would sit and stuff like that. So I took some posture ideas from Heather Sketcheroos, and then I tried to design some of my own of him just sitting, standing, lying, and so on. So here I was still trying to figure out prompt 38's characters. So it was some witch, and I didn't like her. And then here's Little Girl's first idea that came in, so I just decided to refine on that. And then this was just a quick test here of how my Winsor & Newton paints work on, you know, the Moleskine paper. And it didn't bleed through on this page at least. And this was just a quick sketch of the Gypsy lady just to be fun. Here I was just trying to work on prompt 39 for wrinkles. I was thinking of doing a wrinkly dog, and I didn't end up going that. Well, I did end up doing a wrinkly dog, but not like this. And I didn't end up liking that prompt at all. So here again was an expansion on the wrinkly dog. All I just got stuck on wrinkly dog was either wrinkly person or wrinkly dog. That's all I could think of. Then this was just another doodle with my red pencil and Winsor & Newton paints, but here it was bleeding all over the place, and I didn't like how it came out. The sketch was super cute, but then when I painted it, it became a mess. So more doodles here. This was week 41 solar system, so I was thinking of doing a space cat or maybe a space bun bun, but I ended up doing something completely different, which you guys will see if you watch the video. And then this was week 40 Brazil. I immediately knew I wanted to do toucans, and then it was just a matter of figuring out the right position. And then eventually this little design was the one I went with, and you guys will see the finished piece in my playlist. These are just some doodles. We were obviously approaching Halloween here. This is already in October. So a little zombie guy of mine, and then a vampire bun bun, zombie bun bun, and bats and doodles. I really love how this one came out. This is again Elvis my penguin, and I did it using stippling. So it just was a fun doodle that I did one day, and I still really like how this one came out. These doodles were a lot of fun for me. This was actually a character that I designed based on a girl that I saw on the bus on the way to work. And she has red hair, and she always would wear this bright yellow scarf, and she had like a red, what is it? What's it called? Plaid type of jacket on. And she fascinated me, so I wanted to make a caricature out of her. And so this was the face structure I liked the most. This, in pencil when I was drawing this, if you would watch the vlog that I did that in, I really liked how that pencil sketch came out, but I hate how these all turned out. It's just, you know, I shouldn't have hardlined that face the way it was, but, you know, you learn. This was week 43, slow. I thought sloth. It was just too stupid an idea, and I had to put it on paper. And then eventually I came up with this idea. This was the first concept. I was like, oh, okay, nice idea. And then I refined the little doodle. And then this is the idea that I eventually went with and made the final finished piece, which I really do like how that one came out. So go check it out. This was for week 44, Everyday Object. I just had in mind a witch and a broomstick, because basically we've just sensationalized the idea of the broomstick being associated with the witch. And so I was coming up with different ideas where she's practicing how to fly by balancing it between the washing machine and some kind of drawer, and trying to figure out position and stuff. And then, you know, here again, she has it on some kind of stand, trying to figure out poses and positions. And then eventually the one I went with, I really like. And again, it was my original character based on that same girl from the bus. So here we have week 45, mustache, and I just doodled some bun-buns with mustaches. I liked it and I went with it. End result wasn't great, but I don't dislike it either. Then here's just a little wizard kid. I don't know what I was planning with that one, but I was just trying stuff. Maybe that was also for mustache. It could be. This was week 46. Quirky was the prompt, and I immediately liked this sketch from the get-go, so I just took a photo with my camera, blew it up on the computer, and tried to trace it on a piece of paper. And that's how that one came about, and I love the end result. And then these were some reference studies. I think I just Googled some stuff, so there was a kitty cat. I have no idea where that was from. That was also Google, and most likely also Google. So just trying to practice different things. And I really like this little, how this pom-pom turned out, and the kitty cat. So that was just fun, just to do some practice. This was week 49's Abracadabra original sketch. I don't know why there's all this goop in here. I don't like that. Don't mess it up. I immediately loved the sketch. It just came so naturally. Again, the same character of the girl. Super cute. The only thing was that I left out the 3 cats from the finished piece, but it still turned out really cute, so I was very happy with that piece. And so here we have when I started to design some enamel pins. So this was my first idea, and I did eventually expand on this and make a design which I might release over Christmas time. Let's see. I really like how the space bun came out. And there's a bun with a cup of coffee or tea, whatever you like. Just a normal cup of tea or coffee, and just other ideas like that. So just having some fun doodling. So these were just some notes on Posca pens, and my thoughts on them and how they react in Moleskine paper, which isn't great. As you can see here, I had already now gotten the new set, and I was very happy with them, the color ranges and stuff. But it still didn't turn out great. There were still a little bit of fibers and stuff. It's cute. It came out cute, but it was just too textured for what I wanted. So I wasn't thrilled about that. Here we have week 51 Storm, and that's basically the idea I ran with, was Moomin Troll caught out in a storm in Moomin Valley. Here I was just making a fat bun. I don't know why, I just wanted to, so that's what I did. Here I expanded on that earlier sketch and tried to include more of a background, because I normally try to avoid backgrounds because I don't want to have to do all that work. But this is the idea that I went with, and I really did like it. So on this side, I was trying to, you know, plan out the colors with the Posca pens, and then also his pose, you know, what kind of angle he's leaning on and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun. And I do love movements, so that was a fun prompt to do. Here are just some kitty cats, because I just wanted to do some kitty cats. Looks like my cat Bookie. This was week 52's Bang. This was the first initial sketch. I really liked it. Then I expanded on it in my big sketchbook, which you would have seen in the tour. And that's what I ended up going with, but a different version from this one. I refined it more. This was just another test of my Winsor Newton Cotman series in here. Doodle of a kitty cat with some tea, and just seeing if it would still basically bleed, and also how it would react to the pen I was using, which would bleed, and I wasn't happy. This is my Cinnamon the Bun Buns pin design. He's a chef, and I already have this digitalized, and you guys can see that in my playlist as well. So he might go into production at some point, I hope. I hope to make a series of these guys. This was my Lemon the Bun pin design. The first idea, I hated it immediately. I just didn't like it at all, so I left that. And then I did this guy, and I really loved it. And then also the digital version I really love. But this initial sketch, I just love everything about it. Then I just decided, this was actually inspired by shadows falling on a lamp at work in the early morning. they would just do like these almost like seashell type of shapes. And it just reminded me of a landscape of rolling hills. So I did a quick little pencil sketch and painted with Winsor and Newton in here, and it didn't turn out too bad. I didn't mind the smudging here. It was okay. This was a really cute idea that just came to me. This kitty cat was based on like the design style of Casey Golden, and then the characters of my own design. He's just out there, you know, like cutting some bushes, trimming the bushes, and cutting some grass on a hot summer day. So, came out cute. These were junk pages, as you can see. Well, okay, this side is junk page. There I was coming up with ideas for Lucy's story, and then these were just weird characters, but I wasn't happy with anything. This page I'm particularly happy with, little French bulldogs. I looked up some references for them, and then I just doodled them in. I particularly like this one, how he came out. Super cute. This one was another junk page. I was trying to draw my cat Boogie. This one just didn't turn out, and nothing was working the way I wanted to. This was all terrible, and this was done with Pentel brush pens, and nothing was working on that day, so I wasn't happy. I was watching a Skillshare video at this time. I can't remember who it was, but anyway, you were supposed to draw like a childlike figure, and she had one similar to this, so I was just doodling to get proportions, and then I was expanding and then just doing random things of my own, and again, basically a brain dump page, I would call it. These are animal cartoon studies off of Pinterest, so just like body positions and shapes, and then these kitty cats were from a study sheet, and then these body positions are also from a study sheet that somebody had posted, but no artist name, and those as well. This is my character. This is supposed to be me, and it's for the blog that I write, which I've kind of, you know, left alone now for a while, which I need to get back to, but yeah, I thought it was funny. Cartoonized version of me, and again, here it's more versions of me, and basically poking fun at myself and my, you know, way of drawing and doing things that may seem childish. And yeah, I don't take myself too seriously. This was a sketch I did for my Easter sales for my Etsy shops, which will carry on until the end of April, which I'm hopefully going to be able to post this video before then, because my internet is out, because most likely my modem has died. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see that before then. And these are just collections of washi tape. I particularly love these of the kitty cats. It's so cute. So super cute, all these different kitty cats. Here I started to really bust out the fun with the Posca pens. I love how this one came out. So again, I love landscapes and things like that, so I just decided to do like a really abstract hills and woods type of drawing, and just use entirely like Posca pens and nothing else, and it came out really cute. I mean, it's so colorful and fun, and it lifts the spirit. So I'm really happy with this page, or these two pages. This what you would have seen if you watched my Draw With Me video. This is my kitty cat, again done with Posca pens. And then there was this guy that was done with just pencil, and then my White Nights watercolors. I loved how this came out. This is not my piece. I don't know exactly who the artist is, but I'm pretty sure it must be the same as this little girl, which was Anderson Mahansky. It looks like a similar style, but I can't say 100%. But anyway, this was a study of his little boy character that I did for the Draw With Me video. And here's a little girl that I know for sure is Anderson Mahansky's character, and I did a study drawing of her. This was, I'm assuming, a Russian artist's creation. Excuse me. I don't know the name. And yeah, I just wanted to do a quick study of it, so. This is another piece that I was super, super thrilled about. We're almost at the end here now. And I love Totoro. My Neighbor Totoro is one of my favorite movies, so I decided to do my own little homage to Totoro and his little forest spirits here. I just decided to draw him up in the trees playing his ocarina, and they're running around carrying flowers, and you know, it's the evening, and everything about this just panned out well. Again, done in Posca pens. Lots of fun, very vibrant, colorful, you know, whimsical, just, I love it. And now we're gonna come to the last page, which I just basically, this is a dead page because it rubs against this one. So I didn't want to do anything too detailed on here. So I just did a little kitty cat. All of this is in Posca pens. And that's basically it. So that was my teeny tiny little Moleskine sketchbook. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm definitely proud of how everything in here turned out. And at first I thought I was never going to use this thing, that I'd wasted my money, but I'm glad that I pushed through and I did use it. It was compact enough that I could take it to work and sketch there, and so if you guys are looking for a small compact sketchbook to take with you on the go, you know, this little guy from Moleskine, the Pocket Sketchbook I think is what it's called, I highly recommend. So that was it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave likes and comments down below, and I will see you guys back here when I complete the next sketchbook or one of my other videos. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye!